Welcome to my workshop. In today's video we're going to be checking out a Mitre saw stand from Evolution. Now the version I've got is the smaller version. Evolution do have a larger version as well with some wheels and everything else. However, I think this solution, the smaller version, is actually fine for a job site. But in today's video I want to explore how good would it fit in a small woodworking workshop or a single bay garage. Will that be good enough and compact enough to actually save us some space in a small workshop? First of all though, I'm going to take everything out of the box and we're going to put the stand together. Fortunately enough, there's not many parts here, so the process of assembling it should be nice and straightforward. And as you can see, it is actually fairly small and compact when it's folded up. Now the whole stand weighs about 15 kilograms, so it's not too heavy, but it's still quite sturdy and quite solid. And as you can see, it does have a handle right in the middle, so you can carry it well, quite easily, to be frank. And obviously you can grab the pipes as well, depending on your situation. To unfold the legs, you just need to press that silver stop button here, and that will lock with this click in place, and that's not going to be moving at all. And you need to do the same thing for the rest of the legs. The stand itself is actually very stable, it's not wobbling or anything like that, so that's good to start with. On either side of the stand you've got these support arms, okay, so they will support your workpiece, plus you do have a supporting roller and a stop as well for your workpiece, so you can establish the length of your cut, set this up, and every single time you will have the same length of cut. So let's install this bracket. For that you're going to need two star knobs. I'm just going to drive them in now, just slightly so they don't fall out. Put the bracket on that arm, and now you can drop down the roller and secure it in place. Same thing on the other side. To make sure that the extendable arms stay in place that we want, we need to add another star knob. In this set you also do get these clamps that go over on the stand, and you need to attach these to your Mitre saw. However, before you do that you need to check if these clamps are set up correctly. And the way you do that, you hook it up at the front, put it against the other bar and just use slight amounts of pressure. If it goes like this, it's all good. If it's not, then there is a bolt that you need to adjust that will change the position of the back jaw. So make sure to check both of the clamps. And with the handles in front, these will lock steadily in place. And now we can install them on our Mitre saw with the hardware provided. The easiest way to do it is to flip your Mitre saw on its side, obviously disconnect it from power, or if you've got a cordless version, take out the batteries. Now in the package itself you've got different lengths of bolts to actually attach these clamps onto your Mitre saw. So pick the right hardware for your Mitre saw and install the clamps. And now I'm going to secure those bolts with a washer and a wing nut. Before you tighten up the wing nut, make sure that the position of these clamps on both of the sides is exactly the same. So I'm going to level that to the edge of the foot of my Mitre saw at the back, and to do that I'm just going to use a square. And now we can install our Mitre saw on the stand. You hook it up by the front and then just drop it down. Okay, you can establish the position left to right, making sure it's in the middle, and lock it in place with the two levers. And that's not going anywhere. And there you go, everything's assembled, easy peasy, no issues at all. Now, for example, if you do want to use the rollers as a support, grab yourself something, well, long and straight, for example, a level, and you can raise them to your desired position. You can quite easily extend these supports. That's the maximum. And the distance of this support, as it is extended to its fullest, from the middle, more or less the middle where the blade's gonna go, is about 92.5 centimeters, and obviously that's both sides. However, as I did mention, this arm also has got a stop block system support that you can use. So more or less you can raise it just like so, that edge there, and then you can put your piece of work against that corner just over here. And in this case, the maximum distance is 89 centimeters. Let's say I do want to use the facility that's going to be my stop block. There we go. That's going to be stopping my piece of timber every single time at the same length from the blade itself. And if, for example, I've got something much longer to cut, well, I'm going to extend the arms on both sides, put my piece of timber, and it's fully and nicely secured on both ends. And as you can see, nothing is falling off the table to the ground. You've got full support from the table of your mitre saw and the side scroller supports. As you've seen, putting this stand together is absolutely a doddle. You're not going to have any hassle with that. It's quite simple to use. Whack your mitre saw, and it doesn't have to be an evolution saw. It's actually made to accommodate most of the mitre saws that you can find on the market, which is good. If you don't want to go the evolution route for your tools, you can just use any mitre saw you have. However, there are a few issues that you may consider if you're thinking about purchasing this stand. First of all, I'm 186 centimeters tall, and this stand is definitely too short for me. It's not high enough. I will struggle to use this for a significant amount of time, as I will be bending towards it constantly. Okay, so with my mitre saw, the stand from the floor to the bed itself is about 84 centimeters. Just as a comparison, my workbench is 96 centimeters high, and I do have a flip top here, and my mitre saw sits on that, and that height for me is comfortable. This is not. However, that's me. You may be shorter, or that may not be an issue for you. However, on the flip side, I do actually like how compact this stand is. It doesn't take that much stand, and with the folded arms, you do have about 94-95 centimeters wide, and the legs themselves, they spread for about 63 centimeters. And because of the small and compact size, it's actually quite good for a small workshop. However, maybe not so good for a job site. And here's why. You've set up your saw, you set up your stand, and you're happily using it on a job site. However, then for some reason you actually need to move it about to a different location, and that's a little bit problematic, as with the weight of the stand, which is about 15 kilograms, and then the mitre saw on top, you're not going to actually shift it that easily, as that's going to weigh a ton. Yeah, of course you can take off the mitre saw and move them separately. However, it would be nice to have some wheels on this base, so you can just wheel it around your job site if you need to. However, as I did mention, Evolution do have a bigger version of this stand with wheels, so it's a little bit more mobile in that respect. So it all depends, what are your needs? Is it actually hard to take off the mitre saw and fold the legs? Well, let's have a look how long it's going to take me. Undo the levers. lock my mitre saw in place, lift it from the back. That's it, job done. The mitre saw is off. How about folding this up? Well, let's check this out. And there you go, it's folded. So in theory, it doesn't take that long. You can do it in under a minute to take everything apart and shift it over to any place you want. And to be absolutely honest, again, as a piece for a small workshop, this is perfect because you can put it somewhere in the corner of your single bay garage, or actually hang this on a wall. Similar with your mitre saw, you can just hang it on a wall in your small workshop, and Bob's your uncle, it's not taking any space. And then when you need to use it, unfold the legs, grab your mitre saw, and you're back in business. So overall, it's not too bad if you do want to move it around, for example, on a job site. As you can see, the stand, when it's fully folded, it really doesn't take much space at all. So again, if space is a premium in your workshop, this could be a good solution to have your mitre saw somewhere in your workshop. However, I'm actually quite curious if this stand will be stable on, well, not so comfortable flooring that I've got in my workshop. Let's take it outside, put it on the ground and see if it's stable enough to actually use it. So I do have a bit of a slope here in my garden, so let's test this out. Well, it's actually nice and stable, I have to say. It's not bad at all. Let's whack a mitre saw and do a cut on that. And I have to say, well, it's not too bad at all, to be fair. It's surprisingly stable, even on a slope like this. Nothing wobbles. Yeah, really good. Quite impressed with that, despite of the relatively small and compact size. If you're interested in this particular stand, or maybe the bigger version of it, I will have some links for you down below in the description of this video. Plus, on top of it, I do have a discount code for you as well, so check it out and maybe you can get a sweet deal on this. Same with the mitre saw as well. I'm going to leave a link to it down below in the description. Now that's it from me today, guys. However, don't go just yet, as I do have really cool playlists for you just over here. Check them out, click on them, and maybe you'll find your next video to watch. However, for today, that's all. Thank you so much. Take care.